Hello, traders. John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. Let's get right to the daily chart on the SPY. So we did get above this trend line here today at the 229 area. Went through. Now we're shooting up into the 230.24, and then we have the 231.42 up in here. So let's see if we can move up. Remember, we talked about this being a bullish pattern in our last video and in the last couple. You can't rule it out. But now I want to see more volume, guys. 84 million. I want to see another push up. I want to see us get through this area. But it's got to have some more volume to get through there. So now if this pattern fails, then we're looking for a close below here and then the gap fill. But support coming down, resistance going up. If they could crack it above this upper trend line, then we'll possibly shoot up. And do I have another? No, I don't have it. Do I have anything? No. But I would have to look and see if there's any upsloping trend lines. Like I said, these upsloping trend lines, they work pretty good. They are going to be areas of resistance. But if it keeps going here, then I'll have to do some mathematical stuff and try to figure out where this thing can go. I'm thinking even numbers first, 235, stuff like that. So just beware. We're just going to look at the dailies today, guys. So that's it. Bullish pattern plan. We need to get, maybe another gap up through resistance. See how they gapped it up over the top, over the old all-time high, just to pop it up and get it going. They got it to Dow 20,000 today, guys. Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. So the IWM up $1.28. You know what? We talked about this trend line, how they might gap it up and then gap it up over the blue line. Go to my last video and we were talking about that. The only way they're going to get it above these areas if they gap it up, and look what happened today. Look what it did. Gapped up and did nothing. You can't tell me that wasn't a coincidence, guys. So the daily chart, nothing wrong though, still bullish pattern. We talked about this. Above the 50 MA, we have confirmation, but I want to see it, get above these pivots and of course, to the 140 area. So let's see if we could get a good push up tomorrow. And bears, you need a reversal. You need to get below the MAs, and then you might fill the gap down here, maybe have a setup, come back into this trend line, and boom, next leg down. So right now, nothing wrong, bullish, and holding strong, guys. Light volume, so you have to be a little aware of that. Earnings are coming up with the big boys are coming up, like the Googles, the Amazons, and you got to keep an eye on that. Apple's coming up, and a couple other ones too. So keep an eye on that stuff, and just stay buoyant in these markets, guys. All right, the Qs, daily, again, no problem. Making all-time highs, just ripping, guys. 125 up. We're coming up to this upper trend line where we're connecting some dots down in here. When we go to the weekly, I'll show you a little bit more where that's coming from, but just connecting these highs with some pivots, and it's going right for that area. Let's see if this will be it. But 125 is a big round number, and the trend line as well is right around, let's see, 126.13. Let's see if we gap up tomorrow above 126.13, 126.23. That's where that line is. Kind of like the IWM gapping over 750 retrace and the upper trend line. Let's see if they could bounce it one more time and then shoot up. If it does, 130 if it gets above this area. But right now, let's see what happens. See this gap? That was a nice gap. See another one like that? It'll close right above it, guys. It'll be just like magic. So just beware. If you're long this, don't celebrate too much. We are a little bit long in the tooth in the time frame. 8-year bull run. You gotta have that in the back of your head. Bull runs usually last 7 to 8 years, guys. Lasted a little bit longer in in the 2000, bust because they kept the rates low. And what have they been doing? I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon, but again, they're holding it up, light volume. God bless them. So that's what we're looking for here on the Qs. Let's go to the DIA. Finally cracked it, guys. Finally, look, they gapped it up the all-time high, and look at that. Boom. What was it? The low of the day. Low of the day was the all-time high. I think it was 78 actually. I'm not. Oh no, 83. So they brought it back in, then it bounced up and pretty much did nothing. Volume's not too bad, but got to respect it. Let's see if we shoot up to the 203, 4, 5 area. If this thing starts to go, I'd say 205, maybe higher. But right now, bullish pattern. We talked about it, and it's playing out. So you have to just take it for what it is. Trying to short these things, just make sure they're small positions, guys. Don't get crazy in these markets here. This one too, IYT, making a run for the all-time high again. That's going to be good resistance up here, guys. Will they gap this one up and, do a gap and go on this one as well? And just get everybody on a bull run again. Again, we're long in the tooth, guys. We need a pullback. Even a pullback you could buy, but I want to see a pullback before this thing goes up one more time. A little bit nicer one. I can't rule it out. It won't go up. But even this one had pretty good volume today, the IYT. So they're going for the gusto now. They got to get it above these highs, guys. Everything right now. So, and then let's look at the USO. USO was down a little bit today, daily. Again, we talked about this trend line. Go back to my other videos. Just connects to highs, and that's pretty much what it's been chopping around, up and down, up and down, up and down. Comes back in today. Still staying above the 20 MA. But we're above the 50 and the 200. Still okay. You can't complain that it's just hanging around up here. There's nothing wrong. If we could get it back, if you're bullish, you need to get back above the 20 MA, then take a run for the $12 even number, and then possibly the 12.45 area. If we could crack through that, and we might look at $13 or so, 13.50. But if this thing goes down, if you're more bearish, you want to get below the MAs, and then I think we get back to this trend line, possibly gap fill 750 retrace down here. Around $10 right in there would be great. Then you got a gap fill here at 989, so it'd be a pierce of. But one step at a time with the USO. I'm a little more bearish on this one. I have a small position in the SCO, but that's what we're doing now. We're about break even on that one, a little bit underwater. Let's go to the UUP. UUP still pulling back. Are we at that trend line? I didn't look at this one today, so we're right there. Gosh, it closed right on top of that pivot. So tomorrow's going to be pivotal for this. If this thing starts to crack lower, then you're most likely going to gap fill in this little pivot here, which is right around, let's see, 25.59. If you come right back to, if it does take the little pierce, we could actually come down here to gap fill in the 200 moving average and then get another bounce. And then this thing will rip up. But again, we got Trump too. Don't forget to put him on your Twitter account, because he could be tweeting something, and next thing you know, something's tanking you're in, or it could be flying in that case. Now I've seen both, with stocks just moving up, stocks moving down, a little bit all around. So just be careful in these markets, guys. Is getting a little bit crazy action in different names and stuff like that. Just protect yourself. Don't go all in. Spread it around a little bit. Hold some cash just in case, and play it like that. So yeah, you got gap fill 200 MA. I like that area actually a little bit better, 618. And you got the 750 down in here in the trend line as well. So let's watch this thing close. If it cracks this, let's see where's it heading next. The GLD's been pulling back. We did have a good trade in that. It's still a good trade, don't get me wrong, but it's starting to come back, take a little bit of our money. We're just starting to get rolling up here. But we started slightly bullish here. We are consolidating, over the moving averages. The 20 MA is curling up like I always talk about in my videos, and nothing wrong with this one. It is slightly bearish because we are, down and then sideways, but now we're starting to go sideways in a bullish manner. Let's see if this one plays out. Well, you need to stay above the 50 and the 20 for it to move up to the 200, up into the 121 area. If it does that, then I'll probably sell half there, and then see the next level would be right in here, around 124, 125. So you got to look out for that as well. But let's see if we can, pop this thing up into the 200 and see how it reacts, or does it pull back and come right back in. So you want to do something right here, and leave half on so you could possibly get to the 125. And even if it pulls back here, you can look what's going on, what kind of a pattern you might be able to buy back. Where if you sold at 121, 122, you can always buy back at like 116 and ride it up from there or something like that. But we'll look at this. We are long gold, so far so good on this one. In our last positions, we're adding right around the 808 area too, which was nice. So we almost got the bottom on our last. I wish I would have went more down here, but oh well. What are you gonna do, guys? All right. But anyways, if you like my videos, go to my website, sign up for my free membership. Go into the bio section, tell me a little bit about yourself on how you trade, if you do options, or if you're momentum, if you're a swing trader, scalp trader, so I get to know a little bit more about you guys and what you want. And we also do the live stream, stuff like that. There's going to be more, guys. I've been busy right now doing some other stuff, but eventually I'll be doing more of that and getting to know you guys. And like I said, more eyes on the prize, and more trade setups and stuff like that. We could possibly make more money. We could look at stuff, double tops, patterns, bullish, bearish, head and shoulders, trend line breakouts, whatever you want to look at, we can. and we'll go over this trade and see which way the stock could possibly go. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I really appreciate it. I love doing these videos for you. And again, that's it for tonight, 1/25/2017. This is John at StockBookie.com signing out. Thanks for watching my videos. God bless. See you on the charts.